In RuneScape, there are many areas that are not accessible right away. You might have to do a quest, you might have to do something else to unlock that area. Usually it's a quest, if we're being honest. One area that I really wanted to go to is Fossil Island. I don't even remember why I wanted to go there so badly. It might have been for the fossils, where you can get some really good XP lamps, help boost herb lore. Be that as it may, this area was completely locked off in Tier 1. It was locked behind a very simple item, something that you could just literally pick up off the floor, but not for me. I could take it, but I can't wear it yet. Leather gloves are a Tier 2 item. So now that I will hopefully start Tier 2 early in this episode, Fossil Island is back on the table. I'm unlocking RuneScape gear, one tier at a time. Starting in Tier 1, we have to get everything in the game that has a stat bonus up to +1. I can't wear anything better until we move on to higher tiers. From forgotten items to grueling grinds, join me as I try to collect it all in Gearlocked. Let's go ahead and craft water runes for the very first time. As you can see in the chat, I've already done a couple of other Lumbridge and Draenor easy diary tasks. I do have the Boots of the Ion, so we might get some extras. There's 115 water runes. I don't know what my multiplier is at this level anyway, but maybe it's 3x plus what I got from the boots, or 4x. Doesn't matter, I didn't need duplicates. I thought maybe I was going to get the elite task, but obviously I didn't quite have enough for that. We're going to kill this zombie, and that is the Lumbridge diary done. Let's go and claim our Explorer ring for a +1 prayer bonus. It's home telly. And Hadus Kazdanas, I believe you've got something for me. I'm not asking for your ranger boots or anything like that. Just give me a little ring and I'll be happy. Nice. Okay, we have it. The last item needed in Tier 1. Almost can't believe it. Plus we got a XP lamp to boot. Yeah, the rewards aren't that great. You got like low level alchemy and a bit of run energy, but that's not why I did this. I did this to complete Tier 1. The 52 herb lore, let's use the lamp. And we got 53. Cool. What does that unlock? Nothing too interesting. Okay. Now before I go chasing any Tier 2 items, let's go into the bank. First of all, let's put the Explorer ring in. There is a full Tier 1. And now we can look for a few things in the bank that are Tier 2 that I've been saving just for this moment. Bit of a bank review here now while we're at the end of Tier 1. As you can see, we got our runes, decent stack of various runes, a little bit of food and potions, tools, not so interesting. Nice amount of resources. Herb seeds looking good. Not a ton of herbs, but definitely a lot of herb seeds. And then the random loot, various like birthday items and other oddities. But what's really interesting right now is the next tab. Our second to last tab, tab 8, has all the items that I cannot use yet. And if we look in the beginning of the tab, there are several that are in Tier 2 that we can go ahead and move over to our accessible tab, our unlocked gear tab. Before we start Tier 2, I also would like to build the costume room to clean out the bank a little bit. We do have a costume room here, but we need to build a bunch of stuff. So let's go ahead and build. First of all, we can go ahead and straight away build the armor chest. Didn't have the level for the treasure chest. There's the armor and the magic armor chest for kind of miscellaneous items. Costume box is for the birthday things, I think. It's either birthday or random events. I don't remember which one's which. And I'm also going to build up the kitchen so I can so I can tea boost for the treasure chest. Now we have our tea all set. As you can kind of see at the corner of your eye, the kitchen is built. We're going to drink. We're going to upgrade the treasure chest to our oak chest, which we needed 48 construction for. Now we've got a basic costume room, and we can start putting beginner rewards in here, easy rewards, and a few other miscellaneous items. We got the Clue Hunter, Rockshell and Spine boots in here. And the magic one, we have Brumatorch, Mudskipper kit, a bit of Mystic, Pyromancer, Skeletal boots. So that's a decent amount of bank space saved. And we're going to need it for Tier 2, let me tell you. Fancy dress box. This one's got the random event stuff. We have the full mime and zombie outfits. And that's about it. I didn't build yet the one for the birthday things. But here from the easy clues, we've a few interesting items as well. And then beginner, just a couple of stuff. So yeah, that's what our POH storage is looking like right now. But the main point of all this was just to save space in the bank. We've got 70 open bank spaces. That's pretty good. This stuff can go in the bank once I open another thing in the costume room. But right now, I'm kind of stuck here. It wasn't just about saving bank space. I also want a new tab for tier 2. I sorted through all my tier 1 items and kind of kept only the things that I think will actually be useful. And that's what you see here. You got the bronze darts, the real best in slot stuff with the prayer, the zealot items, beads of the dead, hard leather gloves. Those are all like really good best in slots. You kind of got kind of niche items with the slayer things and silver sickle. That's basically it. A bit more we can fit in the bank now from the tier 1 stuff as well. A lot of these colorful boots and Shazian stuff we can put in the POH, the ham boots. I don't think we could put the gnome stuff and the Canifist stuff in here. But we got the ham robe boots and the ornate boots. What else? Nah, can't deposit anything else. That was kind of wishful thinking. Time to drop stuff. All the things I don't think I'm ever going to need or use. I know it's sad, but I'm not going to have enough bank space for tier 2 otherwise. I don't need a million different colored boots. But these gnome boots have a 300 high alch value, so maybe worth selling. Or using our new low alch ring. Why not? They're 200 instead of 300. Oh, some of these are 80. Yeah, some of these are 120 versus I think the Canifis are actually the more expensive ones, and the Gnome are the less expensive ones. Alright, 1600 gold. I'm never going to remember to use the charges anyway, the low alch charges. So there's a nice cleaned up bank, got kind of the gear on the left, different types of darts on the right. Now we can finally start officially tier 2 with the iconic Mask of Renewal, followed by the skeletal and spined gloves, the ornate gloves, and then a bunch of other gloves. Purple, red, turquoise, and yellow. All those are from Crawling Hands. As I wasn't skeletal, spined and rock shell glove. The Mask of Renewal is +2 magic attack and damage, which is identical to the wizard hat, but looks completely different. And the gloves have a 1 slash defense and 2 crush defense. They're all identical to leather gloves in their stat. These Dagonoth gloves look wacky. They kind of match the color of the Mask of Renewal though. Well, what better way to start tier 2 than looking like this guy? That is definitely not somebody that you want to run into in a dark alley late at night. Okay, simplest thing to get in tier 2 gonna be the iron glove. No, not the iron glove. Sorry, I have those unlocked, but the bronze gloves are tier 1. Iron gloves I'll have to wait till tier 2. Bronze gloves are tier 2. Hard leather was tier 1, and I guess iron gloves are probably going to be tier 3. So for now, we'll buy a set of bronze gloves for 130 GP. And it's a little hard to tell because I'm wearing some other items, but kind of like how the hard leather gloves gave a +1 in everything, the bronze gloves give a +2 in everything. We're building out this tab already. Oh, it is my lucky day. I'm about to get some climbing boots. But first, maybe we can get a stale baguette or a bucket. Yeah, I'll take the climbing boots though. That is a legitimately good item. It's +2 melee strength. It's like typical for Iron Men to wear this until they hit level, what would it be, 80 Slayer. So like Iron Man will unironically use climbing boots to the mid game. Anyway, now that we finished the quest, we can go ahead and buy a bunch more sets of climbing boots just so we have some spare. 12 GP is a steal. So I am including quest items, even things like this, where you can only wield the anger sword, the anger spear during the quest, but they do have +2 in attack and stab, so I will equip each one of these. Doing a bit of construction to get some POH unlocked. So we're doing mahogany homes and a couple more bookcases built. We should get a level here. Are we going to get it from the bed or from the bonus at the end? We're getting it from the bed directly, 48. Now, I don't know if you know, but we can boost with a T, which at my level is going to be a +2 boost, not 3, but that gets us 50 construction. I don't know about you, but whenever I hear 50 construction, I know immediately we're talking house portals. It's going to be so nice for the quality of life getting around the game, unlocking various random items, various, whatever we need from different stores, different mobs, and different spots of the bank. So you're going to build a portal chamber, but for that we need level 50 constructions. Let's go ahead and get some tea. Now that we have some tea, let's build it again. Portal chamber, build, and we will set a couple of different portals. We can do one to Korend Castle. That will be very useful for Slayer, among other things, just getting around Korend as well. And we can also do Battlefront. It's great for getting to the Farming Guild. And for our final one, we will do Draenor Manor. All right, Wizard Hat and the Blue Wizard Hat are both unlocks. Let's mark those off. We're here at Shades of Morton because I need Taramin, and I have Serum 207. And there's a funny little thing where if you give it to the guys in Morton, they will turn into normal people and give you a reward. And one of the rewards there, one of the most common, is Taramin. I am trying to get the easy Kren and Kebos diary done. The Radha's Blessing number 1, by the way, is statless, so I didn't need that in tier 1, but I would like to get that now because it helps increase the drop rate of the Xerix Talisman, which I do need to get. One of the tasks I need to do then is to create a strength potion in Lovakenge. Let's go ahead and do that for the diary. There it is. That's an easy task in Kren and Kebos, and that is our final easy task. So let's use our nice handy dandy portal we just built, and let's go talk to Elise and get a reward. Of course, the lamp's going straight onto Herblore as well. Now that we have the boosted drop rate, let's kill Lizardman for the Xerix Talisman. There it is on the floor, the Xerix Talisman. Okay, let's see if I can find it. Okay. It's not my fault. It was laggy. Once I tried to record, it got laggy and I died. Alright, let's go clear our stuff and try to get back in time to grab it. Let's see if we can make it. Alright, quickly. Let's go. Let's get our stuff. Equip some of it. Alright, tell you to the house, use the POH portal. Alright, let's run over to the Lizardman. I don't know if I'm going to get there on time to grab it. It should only stay on the ground for... It's untradeable, it might be 3 minutes. Okay, is it here? See the cannon. Cannon's out of ammo. Let's go refire that. I don't think it's there. Well, that's a shame. I will have to stay on top of my health a little bit better next time. Okay, this time we are picking it up. There, it's in the inventory before I even started recording. Make sure I wouldn't miss it. But that is another unlock, Xerix Talisman. Inert, to be specific. If I charge it, I can't wear it. If I wear it, I can't charge it. That's okay. It gives a nice magic bonus necklace slot. And beads of that are still good for melee and range, perhaps, but this is better for magic. And we can charge it if we want to teleport around. We just can't wear it then. Okay, we just got our leather gloves. This is what we've all been waiting for. Let's stick that in. Actually, let's use it. We're not going to bank it just yet. I want to use it to clean finds because I've been itching to do this for quite a while. We can head into the Varrock Museum and we can clean some finds, although I forgot to bank the ornate gloves and that might get in the way of our inventory. There's actually 2 different things I want from the finds. Aside from the obvious reason that I want kudos, I want to get to Fossil Island, I also can get iron darts. There's an interesting thing where if you don't get anything too special, which is the majority of what you get, you can kind of dump it in the crate there in the corner. Oh my gosh, this guy's really stalling me. The whole time he's in and out, it's like the doors are closed and can't be opened. That's super obnoxious. Anyway, we're going to get a whole bunch of these specimen rocks. We're going to clean them. If we get the stuff that we're actually looking for, we'll get kudos. That's great. If we get the clean necklace, we can go ahead and unlock dig site pendants. That's also amazing. But everything else can be dumped in the crate, and the way it works is when you dump stuff in, you pick stuff out. So as you can see here, I got iron and coal, got some random garbage. I actually got a lamp, which I think is like 1 in 50, so that's pretty cool. But I think it's only like 500 XP. Yeah, this is a rare lamp that you can just continually get as many as you want. There's very niche use for various restricted accounts where they have literally no trading method for something. They can technically get infinite lamps from here. It just takes quite a while. In any case, I do have some 366 iron darts for free from here. So I start. I thought I was going to get them a little faster, but yeah, I'm done now. I think that's enough. It's not like bronze darts where I could just buy the bronze bars from a shop. So if I want iron darts in bulk, I will need to get the iron myself. I mean, I can also go to the blast furnace and buy the ore and smith it, and then I can have, so it's one step removed. Instead of buying bars, you got to buy the ore. As you can see, I did get enough kudos to start Bon Voyage, which I will do soon. Bon Voyage is done. We have access to Fossil Island. As you can see, I did charge up the Xerix Talisman, so I have to be careful not to wear that version. That's okay. Here we straight away make the bank here, start building up the camp, and we'll start our fossil collection, because the more fossils we get, the more lamps we get, the more herblore we get. So let's go ahead and do that. And before we leave, since we've built the whole camp around here, we get a few free fossils. So that'll start us off, 5 fossils. It's time to start on the clockwork mechanisms so we can start our birdhouse runs. I don't even know how I failed to mention that. That's like one of the main things of Fossil Island. And I do need hunter for aerial fishing. The better hunter levels I have, as well as fishing, the better fish I'll be able to catch there, which means the higher pearl rate. And I need as many pearls as I can get because I'm going to need to get 1,000 of them. So we build the clockmaker bench. Do we? Do we not? I need a saw and a hammer. That would help. All right, take 2. We build the clockmaker's bench, build the number 2 version, and the number 3 version. 4 you need for something, but yeah, I'll just build it now. I have the level, so we're all set for that. I think we need it for cabin fever or something, or the great brain robbery perhaps. And now we can use this bench to make clockwork. Amazing. So now we can start our birdhouse runs. It's not only good for hunter, but it will also be good for providing seeds, which we can then use for doing contracts, which we can get more seeds and get herb lore supplies. All big I don't know. It all feeds into each other. And here we go, unlocking the mush tree here the first time. We got to run around the long way, but we've got a bunch of birdhouses. Oh, we have a bunch of teak birdhouses, so we can skip right to teak birdhouses. Usually you start here at much lower levels, but I already have the hunter level for teak. So hunter and crafting, I should say. So now we have 3 out of 4 of the mush trees unlocked, so we can get around the island pretty well. And let's go ahead and use our dig site pendant on the strange machine so we can start teleporting directly to the house on the hill. These are all pretty like simple unlocks, but they're such nice quality of life. I love those things. You do it once and then you're done. You don't need to think about it again. Hey Rameti, you should have a bunch of clothes for me. I can't get the hats just yet, which is a shame because those provide a bit of magic bonus, but I will take all your shirts and robe bottoms. Pink, what other colors we have here? Is that teal? No, pink, green, blue, cream, and turquoise. Yes, I would like all of them. That way I can have a different color for every day of the week. Yeah, I know there's 7 days of the week, but so don't worry, we're gonna get some more from Canifis and Fremennik. We are gonna have plenty of fashion choices, as long as our bank space allows. Gone are the days of having no item slot in the top and bottom. We can finally start having a bit of clothes. There you go. Tier 2 is starting to fill out. Let's start with the green outfit. Almost look like we belong in Port Phasmidus. But look at the defensive stats. It goes from like 2-3 to 6-7. Still only in slash and crush, interestingly enough. I guess you can stab right through the shirt. But I mean, it's better than nothing. Definitely better than nothing. Similar to the Gnome Store, we can do the same thing in Canifis. We can trade with Yrsa. Yrsa? Probably Yrsa, I had to guess. I've already gotten boots from her, but she sells, and she only sells one type of boots, the Fremennik boots. She has kind of like one full outfit, which is green, very green, forest green almost, and then a bunch of different shirts and a bunch of different capes. And I'm here to get the gloves, all the capes, all the shirts, and the robe top and bottom. Basically everything other than the green boots and the green hat. So let us begin the, cleaning her out of all her wares. The blue Fremennik shirt, the red, the brown, the gray, the regular one, green shirt, and I took the hat also. I'll sell that back. I can't sell that back because I'm an Iron Man. That's okay. And we're buying the boots again. I guess this way we'll have the full outfit. Let's just get everything. One of every different type of plausible color of cape. Teal, purple, pink, and black. Well, it fits in the inventory, and that's about all I can ask. I dropped the hat since I can't sell it back. It sells in the GE for over 3,000. Like the gnome hats, it has a +3 mage bonus or defense or something. Anyway, let's try on a Fremennik look here. We got the cape. The cape looks nice. It's our first cape ever equipped. Matching outfit. We're super green. It's like green screen outfit, except our belt is showing. Brown shirt. To see what goes with what. There's a lot of different fashion options here. Ooh, the blue stands out as well, and the red. Blue and red are like shirts that you would see in real life. Oh, we'll go back to our Ectofuntus color. Let's dump all this in the bank, and we should have a nice full tab now. Okay, now that everything's in the bank and I've got a lot more inventory space, we've got it all nicely organized by color. Let's pick out an outfit. I gotta go for the full Fremennik look, right? Oh yeah. So if only we had the Fremennik hat. Our Zealot hat does not really seem to go with it. I guess maybe the Beads of the Dead tie it together. I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, the Xerix Talisman. That's nice. Mask of Renewal. Oh gosh. That could work. That could work. Anyway, We happen to be in Canifis because that's our next store that we come to clean out. We're going to go to, what's his name? Barker? Barker's the haberdashery. Is that where we're going? Or is he the tanner? Dude, you left your store unattended. Oh, there you are, Barker. You were just trying to get people to come in from outside. Okay, so he has 5 different colors, and they each have gloves, boots, top, bottom, hat. I have the boots. I'm going to get the gloves, top and bottom, and hat will be in the next tier, just like everything else. I can also get the capes. He's got capes that don't match the colors. I don't know why. Red and yellow kind of match. Blue does not really. Black, you could, I guess, do with gray. Green doesn't match anything either. I guess they couldn't make Fashionscape too easy. All right, let's buy some of everything here. Gray top, gray bottoms. Yellow top, yellow bottoms. Red top, red bottoms. Gray gloves. Teal top, teal bottom. Purple top, purple bottoms. Red cape, black cape, blue cape, yellow cape, green cape. If you're wondering why I only got the gray gloves, it's because I already have every other color of glove in the bank from Crawling Hands. So I intentionally bought all the other stuff, but not that. Okay, we got to keep the bank looking good. Let's organize all this by color so we can always choose a good outfit. Interestingly, the Fremennik teal robe seems to perfectly match the Canifis teal outfit. I don't know what that's about. And then we have the boots, but I put them in the POH already, or I dropped them, I think, to make bank space. So that might have been a mistake. I'm missing part of my outfit, but I'm always going to be wearing climbing boots anyway, so let's be honest, who cares? But yeah, we should be able to more or less organize this by color, and that way we can always choose the kind of accessorize. The funny thing is I'm not like this at IRL at all. But it's fun to do here. We got all our 5 main Mauritania colors. We've got our gnome colors on the left, and then some extra capes and random Fremennik shirts on the bottom. I think that will do for now. Does this match the cyan with the teal? Almost. Like it's just enough off to bother me. Oh, I just punched Edward. Sorry, not really intend to bother you. Just trying to bank. Play Ring Around the Rosie with the table for a little bit, and we'll just hop worlds. Okay, this is the final bank layout. Let's try out a black wizard hat look with the ornate glove. I kind of like that. You got the ornate gloves with a little bit of gold in them, and then the gray shirt and robe bottoms with the climbing boots. That's a really cool look. Yeah, let's use this for a little bit. The black cape, the black hat, and then the black gloves. That's neat. Unfortunately, there's no black top and bottom. I guess in tier 3 I'll have that with the wizard robes, but not right now. What's better, the Xerix or the Xerix looks kind of cooler. All right, it's time to do another birdhouse run. Let's grab out our birdhouse supplies. I'm also gonna bring a pickaxe so we can stock up on volcanic ash. That's another big reason why Fossil Island is so big. You can't do ultra compost without it. So there was basically a lot of reasons why it didn't make sense to go for herb lore in tier 1, but now that we're in tier 2, it's time. It's definitely time. Here we go. That is our first birdhouse that we got to check, right? We set them all up before, but that was our first one checked. Diego, what do you got for me? A cabbage cape. Excellent. I don't think I can get the banana cape until, without doing some sort of a holiday event. So I might not have access to that, but the cabbage cape I can equip. Excellent. Oh yeah, the cabbage cape has a skill cape emote, which is, I guess it's like the cabbage skill. I've max cabbage. I max cabbages? Unclear. I'm going to call the episode there. We did unlock Fossil Island through the OP leather gloves. I didn't really show it in tier 1, but I was frustrated many times in theory crafting that I was locked behind leather gloves. So that's really nice to have that now. But on top of that, we just got a nice chunk of tier 2, almost 50% done, 73 out of 156. Granted, most of those were like trivial unlocks, but now that we cleared out a lot of the simple low-hanging fruit, we can move on to bigger and better unlocks. Coming up next in tier 2. For now, I will continue with the weekly episodes. If at any point that becomes untenable, I'll let you know. Thank you so much for watching. If you have anything that you would suggest or ask or don't understand or think I could do better, please let me know in the comments. I am still starting out, trying to figure this out, trying to make it better each time. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time. I want to make sure to keep myself honest here, and I would appreciate any of your help keeping me honest as well. So before moving on to Tier 2, I would like to just go through all the Tier 1 items and make sure we've got this organized properly. I'm recording this a lot later as of summer of 2025, so there's a lot of items in here, maybe not in Tier 1, but in general, this should be up to date with all the items as of the end of June 2025. So I actually will mark off Ancient Blessing and the War Blessing, since I managed to get both of those, but otherwise I will mark these in Tier 0. I'm just manually editing it, and you really can't see what I'm doing, but if I zoom out a little bit, that might have been a little too much. So you see over there, that's where it says the tier number, and I can then sort this. So if I click, Tier 6, if I click Tier 6 and unclick Tier 1, suddenly you're seeing all these items. Let me get the zoom back to normal. So just believe me that there's another column there that says what tier it is, and I can sort by it. This is all in Excel. So this is Tier 6, for example. Bit of a spoiler there, but okay, let's go back to Tier 1. What I'm going to do is, to make it easy to see what needs to be backlogged, I'll simply mark the tier. Basically, if it needs to be backlogged to Tier 8, I'll just mark it Tier 8. You know what? Maybe I can show you everything if I do this. There, now I can see the tier also. That's kind of nice. It cuts off things like Ancient Ceremonial Boots. For example, anything with a long title, it's going to cut off. That's fine. Okay, so, wait a minute. Dang it. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry. I was over eager here. I believe I marked off Radha's blessings and stuff. So let's fix the zoom again. And let's adjust so you can see the tier. Okay, great. So now we're back to the beginning. We marked off the Ancient Blessing. You can see up to the Unholy Blessings here that we marked off the War Blessing as well. Now, I've marked Holy Blessing, Honorable Blessing, Peaceful Blessing as 0. Radha's Blessing 2 should not be 0. This should be, well, let's put it at 1 for now, but basically it's locked behind fairy rings. You need to do some fairy rings to get that diary, so let's put it as 10 for the Drayman Staff, and then you can't get... Wait, I'm missing Radha's Blessing 4. Hold on. Dang it. No, I'm not. I'm such an idiot. Radha's Blessing 4 is Tier 2, because it's 2 prayer. Okay. Let's re-edit. Okay, now you can see again. Awesome. Okay, I feel like that's good enough. I'm being a little bit perfectionist here, and it's not like me. Okay, Holy Blessing, Honorable Blessing, Peaceful Blessing. If I get it, great. If not, not. Radha's Blessing is Tier 10, because I need to get the Drayman Staff, and then I obviously can't get the Blessing 3 without getting the Blessing 2, so that's going to be Tier 10 as well. An Unholy Blessing will mark as 0. So now, if I go up to the tier, which you can't see the header, but if I go up to the tier and reselect the filter, which should only show me Tier 1, those all disappear. So you can see we did get these two, not that we needed to, but okay, great. Ancient Ceremonial Boots. Now I have somewhere, I don't know how well you can see this, but I've got some like backlog notes here. Ancient Ceremonial Boots, you need Frozen Door, which requires the Ice Arrow. For Temple of Ikov, which is basically, here's how it goes. Ancient Ceremonial Boots are only drop in the next prison. Can't access that without doing Frozen Door. Prerequisite for Frozen Door is Desert Treasure 1. Prerequisite for Desert Treasure 1 is Temple of Ikov, which requires Ice Arrows, which has Tier 16. There might be other things blocking it, but that's good enough for me. Oh, filter again. It's starting to look good. All green. Let's scroll down a bit. Okay, here's a big one that I talked about, but I never really showed it. Dark Flippers. So I'm going to adjust the tier because I feel like it should be centered. I think this will show you, this will be a bit nicer. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Now I can make this a little bigger. Beautiful. Okay, that's a lot better. Okay, so Dark Flippers require Patchy. In order to get to him, you need, which quest is it? I want to say it's Big Chompy Bird Hunting. I've got an older version of this Excel, which has a better list of quests that block stuff. I've always blocked quests. I marked down, where did it go here? So if we go, let's just search, what's it called? Wait, what's the quest? Rum Deal? No, it's the one after Rum Deal. Cabin Fever. Yeah. So Cabin Fever, along with many other quests, including Morning's End 1, which I'll show you soon, is locked behind Big Chompy Bird Hunting, which requires some sort of an ogre bow. And I believe the lowest level one is just the regular ogre bow, which is 38. Tier 38. So I'm not getting that for a while. So let's move that to Tier 38. And then we'll resort again. So it's going to hide it. Mourner's Boots, same thing. Requires Big Chompy Bird Hunting. So that's tier 38. Okay, looking good. We should have all these boots in the bank. Rockshell Boots, Spine Boots, Teal Boots, yep. Zealot's Boots. Okay, here's another Ancient Ceremonial Gloves. You said that was tier 16 because of Temple of Ikov. Now, Group Iron Man, Hardcore Group Iron Man. Since I'm not a Group Iron Man, I'm marking these 0. They're inaccessible. And we will resort again. Excellent. Okay, Karamja Gloves. You remember that fiasco. That should be tier 6 for the machete. Karamja Gloves 3. Let me do a quick search. I think the Fire Cape is only required at tier 4. Let's do this live. I'm not sure. I think one of them requires a grapple. Let's see. The medium. Oh my gosh. I mean, it wouldn't help because I couldn't exchange gems for a machete, but I'm reading on the wiki now that the teak and mahogany tree you don't need to get from the Hardwood Grove. You could get it from the Karazi Jungle as well. That requires starting Legends Quest, which I'm also blocked, so it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so I think the medium diary is only locked behind the machete. I do need a grapple for the hard diary, but a simple crossbow, I want to say it's not very high combat. Yeah, simple crossbow actually has 0. No, sorry, has 6 range. That would also be tier 6. Let's see what else the hard one needs. You need to be a champion of the fight pit. You need to kill a Kadzek. That's fine. I don't mind challenging myself to get up to the major with low gear. Yeah, okay, I think I could do this. Tier 6. Karamja Gloves 4, I know you need a fire cape, but do you need to wear it? Yeah, you do need to wear it in the Tsar City. Oh, and you also need anti-venom, which means I need Zora Scales. Zora Scales, that's just locked behind Regicide. I don't think there's any item equips for Regicide, but there are I need a fire arrow for the Underground Pass quest. I think that's tier 7. Oh, tier 8 for a short bow? No, short bow you don't need because I can use the Cursed Goblin Bow. So I think it's tier 7. Let me just check. Like a bronze fire arrow. But then it's going to be the fire cape, really. Okay, bronze fire arrow, yeah, 7 range strength. And fire cape's going to definitely be more than that with defensive stats at 11. Okay. Awesome. So let's mark this 11. And again, open up the drop down and that all goes away. Lunar Amulet. I can't complete Lunar Quest until quite a high level because some of the lunar gear is pretty high. However, I'll start it as soon as I can, which is going to be after tier 10, I believe, and then just equip. I'll get up to that point where you make the gear and I'll just equip the lowest tier, and then, many tiers later, I'll be able to equip the other ones and eventually finish the quest. But that's a long, long time in the future. I just marked all these. I don't know why it gave me like Void Seal number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I used it in a game to expend it, but if I didn't, I hope you don't mind. I don't think that matters too much. Okay, you can see everything to boxing gloves. Excellent. Which icon I got? Explorer's Ring 1 I got just now. Explorer's Ring 2, again, it's locked behind the fairy rings, and because I'm lazy, I will look this up later if I need to, but let's just mark them all at 10, because you can't get the third without the second and the fourth without the third, so they're all kind of interlocked like that. Okay, I don't think I missed anything. That is excellent. Okay, we can start tier 2. Before we start, let's remove anything that doesn't belong, just like we did for tier 1. So Radha's Blessing 4, that's going to be, let's say, a tier 10 requirement at least. These are probably allowed. We'll have to see if Citizen Top we can get or not. Firewatch Top, likewise. Hardy Cloak we know is locked behind Biohazard at tier 3. If it's a Tractor, may be unattainable if we already have 50 range. Like in a perfect world, I would have not gotten 50 range, but being as Bronze Darts was my best way to get levels, I do already have tier 50 range, so I'm going to put this at 0. Sorry. We got Banana Cape, Black Cape, Blue Cape, Cabbage Cape, Castle Wars Cloaks, nice. Glue Hunter Cloak, Deadman Cape, that's from Deadman mode, which I'm not playing, so sorry, that's not getting. Fish Sack, I am getting that one. And then this is the same item, just closed, open. Oh, sorry, this is not the same item. This is with the barrel inside from Temperus. I need the fish barrel and the fish sack. A bunch of different cloaks. Moon Clan Cape is from, let's put it as 10. Orange Cape, Ornate Cape, pink, purple, red. Okay, clue items. This is like tier 1. We have the prayer, not prayer scrolls. We have the blessings. So same thing here. We do not need to get clue items. If we get it, great, but we don't need to. That's those 3, the Team Cape I, X, and 0. And then we've got a whole bunch of Wildy Capes. I am going to get every single one, although I can't promise I'm going to keep in the bank so long. It's going to take up 50 bank spaces. But yeah, there are 50 different varieties. Citizen Shoes, Climbing Boots. This is another clue item, Climbing Boots G. Frog Leather Boots, nice range item. item. Ghostly Boots, this is a quest item. Question is what requirements it has. Okay, you have to start Desert Treasure, which means I think it's locked behind Temple of Ikov as well, so 16. But if you're able to start Desert Treasure without Temple of Ikov, let me know. I might have that wrong. Okay, Lunar Boots is 10. Moon Clan is even worse because you need to finish Lunar Eye. Do you need to finish it? I'm going to put down 10. Maybe I can shop there during the quest. I'm not positive. Rogue's Boots are great. Spike Boots are fairly useless, but cool. Lots of different gloves. Wait, Ghostly Gloves is the same thing. Tier 16. Rock Shell, Shazian, Skeletal Spine, Teal, Twitcher's Gloves. Shoot, I think I missed this one. Okay, this is like, I'm editing in the future, but this was not out when I was in Tier 2, and I must have missed the memo because it was like, I don't think it's on the collection log, so I think I just didn't notice it and neglected to put that in. Okay, that's important to note. I'll have to get that as soon as I can now in real time. White Gloves, let me see what that requires. Oh, no, that requires Black Knight Fortress, which is Iron Chain Body. Yes, that's Tier 19. It's got 19 Crush Defense. Ancient Ceremonial Mask, we already know is it 38? No, 16. I think I have that right, because it's Desert Treasure. We don't need to get clue items. So that's the hats G and T, but we will get the typical blue wizard hat, and for some reason the regular black wizard hat is just called wizard hat, I think, so that's why it's not showing up here, but it'll be farther down in the alphabetical order. Some more Castle Wars stuff. Dark Squall Hood, that's a quest item, and I don't think I can get that yet. Let me double check. Okay, among other things, it requires Lunar Diplomacy. Let me check the Lunar Gear. I think it's like a tier 62 requirement. Yeah, so the Lunar Torso is 40, so maybe it's a tier 40 requirement. Not as bad as I thought. 40 for that, at least. That's from While Gothic Sleeps, which requires Lunar Diplomacy. Ham Hood I can get. Mask of Renewal actually already got. And there's the Wizard Hat. Okay. Various robe bottoms, which just give minimal defense, nothing else. Zarek's Talisman, but not the charge. Like, I can charge it and use it to teleport, but I can't wear the charged version, because that one gives higher bonuses. Beacon Ring, Lunar Ring, again, that's 10. Anger Spear is a quest item, but that's fine. Boxing Gloves, this is in the POH. Let's take out Tier 1. Okay. This is now what Tier 2 looks like, and there are 156 items in Tier 2, so it's quite a bigger tier than Tier 1 was. But I'm down for it. I am here for that.